Okay, let's continue exploring this area by visiting uncharted locations. And there's a battle with just one dude. Alright, we'll sneak,
Steady does it.
and we'll stop right there. There's two of them. I think that's more than I can handle. We're only first level after all. No, we don't want to go there either. Let's get to town. We'll come back here later. Gilded Vale. Looks like there's a lot to uncover here. If I was a fighter, the first thing I'd do would be go to the smithy, or the smithery.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. Do you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies around the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
Now, a hollow-born child is a child born without a soul. And I'm assuming that that's a huge disability. What are you talking about?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly toward the deformed tree, which apparently has many people hung from it by the neck until dead.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Beowhack. Is there someone in town who can help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
That's too bad.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. You said something about Hollowborn and Waidwin's legacy before? He blinks. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful dumb things that breathe barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are diseased. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Waidwin's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. And that's my dog, I see. Lord Radric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. He nods. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Engwithan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Barath have mercy, we certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a bivouac. He polishes his spectacle on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a bivouac, you wouldn't be standing here.
Keep out of...
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
I guess 3 means a Hollowborn was born to the Lord.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. I guess that's their god. He sets a steady gaze on you. What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Farewell. Now let's find some party members.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Yeah, I do plan to pick the pockets of the dead Animancer hanging from the tree to see if there's some ingredient I could use to help me get better. Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. The man smiles broadly. Welcome to our lovely village. I know for a fact that this guy is a future party member, so we'll definitely get back to him. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers, and notes half erased by the rains. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for the soul. I think these characters are backers that supported this the Kickstarter when it started. I'm not going to read all of that, but that's pretty cool. If you're a backer, you get to be in the game. The temple used to be closed up. I used to climb on the big stones. I'm not going down there until we get more party members. So this is very grim indeed, with the Hollowborns being born and all the people and getting killed, and the village kind of paranoid. Here we go. Aloth. I believe he's also to be a companion. He is a wizard. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Oh, so it's pronounced Adira. Okay, I'll remember that. Angry townsman. One of the... Oh, I'm sorry about my dog. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of gall mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Adirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cock's feather!
Okay.
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Okay, so he has multiple personalities, it seems. He would make an interesting NPC.
That's where you're wrong.
I'm staying out of this one, well... I don't know. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. No one gives us orders, foreigner. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Fight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take all of them out. Okay, it's an easy fight. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You mean for slaughtering them? You're welcome.
Well, that is one way of putting it.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusor, at your service.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan Ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A bivouac.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
What are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
And you? I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists, and he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the gnarled old tree in the center of town. It's where he hung the Animancer. Aloth. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all the time. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. You don't look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
So do I. Let's go.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Now let's see what's cool about this wizard. He carries a scepter, which does 10 to 15 crush slash damage. That means whichever is the better versus weapon type will be used. If it's crush, it will be crush slash. He also has a rapier that in his second proficiency slot. Okay. He's got leather armor just like we do. Okay. And he's got a hood. Let's see about his health is 120, his endurance is 40, so he's very squishy. He's got a might of 12, a perception of 16, intelligence of 16, and a what's this? Resolve of 13. Okay, so he's a well-rounded wizard. He's got 7 in lore, so he can use level 3 scrolls. His spells are Arcane Assault. It's an AoE, good. Arkham's Dazzling Lights. Distant Advantage. Fan of Flames, which is like Burning Hands. Does a lot of damage. This freezes target, maybe? Minus 10 accuracy for 19.5 seconds. But is it a touch spell? It doesn't tell me the range. I'm guessing it's a touch spell. Yeah, what they touch. Okay. I don't like touch spells for squishy wizards. And this is the magic missile version for the game. Does 11 to 19 crush damage. And wizards double. Okay, that's like mirror image. Okay. What else? Talents are blast. Generates a blast on the target when using wand, rod, or scepter. 6 to 10 crush damage. Okay, so this is this the damage from his scepter? Let me see that again. $10 to 15 crush damage. Okay, and it's a fast weapon, that's good. The Grimoire. Currently, I don't want that in the Grimoire. Rather have Wizards double. Wizards have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they are always limited by the capacity of their grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire may only contain 4 spells of each level. Click on a spell in the right panel to remove it from the grimoire. Add spells to empty slots by clicking on the spell in the left panel. Unfortunately, it only goes up to level 6. Which means I think the level limit for the game is 12, unfortunately. That means part 2 of this game you can probably go a lot higher. Alright. Let's redo our party. No. Yes.
Right.
Let's see if we can... Oh, let's loot these bodies. Alright, saving. The windows are clouded with the haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. Greasy food, I'm interested. Tuatanus, Tuatanus, one of the best smiths in Deerwood, but his stock's been lousy lately. I'm guessing these are more Kickstarter backers? Yes. I think I'll read that off screen. I mean, you know what I mean? Because there's so many Kickstarter backers. Despite the rains, the stalks feel as dry and stiff as a locust husk. What is going on here? We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. Swainer. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. This must be the granary, or the mill, where they mill wheat into flour. Trumbull. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. There are guns in this game. Gods hear me, Swamer. I'll put you down like a dog. Swamer. Swainer. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. We're just exploring around the village. In the next video, we'll talk to more people. We'll go into the inn. More backers. That's beautiful. Okay, the quests. Visions and whispers. Some of the farmers in Gilded Vale claim that Trumbull, the miller, is withholding grain. The hungry farmers are on edge, and it seems likely that the situation will escalate. Maybe worth investigating. Okay. I have narrowly escaped the strange and deadly wind that tore through the valley, but now I am trapped in the ancient ruins that the caravan master told us to stay clear of. I have escaped the ruins. Hopefully I can find the road and the way to Gilded Vale, somewhere around here. Didn't I already do this? So if it's a darker shade or gray, I guess those are done. It's hard to tell which are the done quests. Reach the camp, collect spring berries, and concoct a remedy. Did I concoct a remedy? Odemus suggested that a certain tea should cure me. Let me see if I can concoct a remedy. Potions level 1. So we can craft Wizard's Double. Creates a duplicate of the caster to distract enemies, granting the caster a high deflection bonus, but it uses up all of our Jasper. But that's okay, because Jasper has no role in other potions. We can do Fan of Flame scroll, which is great. We can also do a Prayer Against Fear. And as for food, we need to create that tea, but I don't see the tea anywhere here. And it's not in the potions either. A shame. Let me look at the potions more carefully. Did I see that tea? No, these are all potions, not teas. We have beer for one of the ingredients for Casita Casserole. Plus 10 max endurance, plus 2 intellect for 300 seconds. That's fantastic. We can eat. Our wizard can eat that. Anyway, so that's crafting. And I don't think we can do crafting just anywhere. Anyway, it's time to go. In our next video, we'll explore more of the village, and we'll talk to more people. See you then.